Hey, everybody, welcome to From Foster to Blank. This is a brand new podcast highlighting foster care success stories. Now, you're going to hear that word and you're going to automatically think that it means titles or degrees or money. But I want you to learn a redefinition from different perspectives of foster youth who have redefined what success is in their own way and in their own life. One of the things about foster care and the hard part about conversations within the foster care is that we are often told all of the negative statistics. We know that 50% of high school foster youth don't graduate from high school. We know that only 3% are graduating from college with a bachelor's or a certificate of some sort. Now, those numbers are very low. When we look at the why, it's the lack of emotional, mental, physical, and financial support that is given to foster youth to attend education. But there is also a foundation that's missing. A lot of foster youth have holes in their education foundation from K through 12, and that is a lot of pressure to put on them. And when you have young adults have their housing and their food tied to their education, this is where it can get murky, and a lot of young adults will start to go to college simply because they need the housing. Now, if we could focus on the from foster to blank concept of finding what that person is passionate about and finds purpose in and supporting that like crazy, we would see more people choose trade jobs. We would see more people choose starting their own business right off of the bat. We would see them choose more things that get them on their feet quicker than a bachelor's degree that is delayed in gratification. It is very difficult to sit with a group of young adults and say, education is the only way for you to be successful. I can't do it. And this is from my own experience of finding success along the way before I even got a PhD or a master's or a bachelor's. So my hope is that by creating this channel, we are able to learn from other foster youth on what they define success as, what they do, and how they got there, and what advice they would give us on if we wanted to go that same route. Now, I know that this is probably going to be controversial because a lot of people do believe in education. I firmly believe in education, but I believe what education needs to be is attended with a purpose, on purpose. When we lose the for a purpose and on purpose, we just start going to go. And if we were to say, okay, why are we going to school? Here is the end goal. The end goal is to do blank. This is why we enter into an education facility. Now, when we don't go on purpose with the purpose of maybe getting a job to get on our feet, we might be going to the wrong way. I've talked to a lot of students who will start a degree and they're going to go to be a caseworker or a therapist, or they want to own a business, but they don't want to be a counselor. They don't want to be a therapist, but they're being told that that's where the money is. So when we redefine what education is and talk about those things and say, you want to be a cosmetologist, you want to be an electrician, a certificate program is a great way to start. An internship is a great place to start. These help these young adults get into those areas a lot quicker than saying your only option is a bachelor's degree. I am all for education with a purpose, on purpose. When we lose those two things, we lose the ability to keep going when things get hard. So again, when we're focusing on this channel, we're going to be focusing on positive stories that are uplifting, and each person that's going to be on here is going to be vastly different. Some will have educated degrees with bachelor's or master's. Some will have education from self-taught learning from books and podcasts. And some will have learning and education from certificate programs that they went through. But each and every one of these individuals have defined success as their own thing, and they have created their own from foster to blank stories. So I'm really excited to dig in and find out more about them. Now, a little bit about me. So I was in the foster care system, and one of the things that becomes really difficult as a foster youth, former foster youth, is that a lot of people want to know the abuse side. My hope, again, is to focus more on the positive stuff of where we're at, how did we get there, and what are some things that I want people to know. So for myself, my story is from foster to blank, from foster to PhD. I'm a professor, I'm a writer, I'm a PhD holder, I'm a mom, I'm a sister, I'm a wife. And these are things that I hold pretty much on the same level because they're all really important to me. These are things that I never thought I was going to be able to do. My definition of success is being able to emotionally and mentally handle tough situations and being able to be emotionally available to my family and my daughter. Those things were things I never thought I would get. And to me, I feel like I have success because I can take my daughter with me when I go to work and events. And I never thought I was going to be able to have children or raise my own children without dealing with discipline the same way that my parents did. So knowing that I'm not acting that way, and I've worked really hard to go through counseling and healing, I feel very successful in that. I feel like my story is more than just from foster to PhD. I feel like, honestly, my story comes in from foster to healed, where I'm not taking on what my parents did and just accepting that that was the type of discipline that they wanted to give, and then doing that into my own kids or my own family. I've struggled with a lot of anger issues in the past. And so being able to work through that and heal from that and be able to rationally and emotionally be able to make decisions that are not hurting people or insulting to people or like purposely attacking people, and I'm able to do that in the right way, it makes me feel like I'm a good human and a normal human, and I'm not going crazy in my head trying to figure out why I have emotions. I'm actually being able to work through those emotions, figure out what's going on, and move forward from that. That's not something I was able to do at 19 or 20 years old, but now I'm able to. And I feel like that for me is a really big deal. And so from foster to healed is bigger to me than any degree title or title for position that I could ever earn. But those things have been great too. But for me, it really is the journey to healing. And that has been a huge, huge thing and relief for me, because that is something that I never thought I would get. I literally thought I would be anxious and depressed my whole life. I thought it was just what I was going to be a horrible parent, a horrible mother. I didn't want to have kids because of that. And now being able to be in the situation of raising my daughter and being a good mom, that's a big deal to me. So that's my From Foster to Blank. That's what I love about my story, more so than the titles or the degrees that I hold. So I am really excited to dig into other people's stories, to learn what their definition of success is, learn what they do and how they got there, and just providing a positive environment for people to learn and to also know who our foster youth are as young adults, and to see that they are more than what happened to them in foster care, that they are normal human beings. We're just here. And I love that. And I think sometimes we get stuck in, especially with things like May, where it's Foster Care Awareness Month, we get stuck in like, you can't share anything but foster care and what happened to you. And I want to shift away from that. And I want to shift into a positive thing, is that we are more than our foster care story. We are more than that. We are writers, we are authors, we're therapists, we're doctors, we're professors, we're teachers, we're people, and we're not just our foster care story. And I hope that that's what we get to learn in this space. And I look forward to learning with you guys. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments and we will make sure to answer them as we go. You guys have a wonderful time. And I'm so excited to start the series From Foster to Blank.